Hello, my name is Gail Johnson, and my speech is talking about trying to find a good child care facility for your child to attend. The first thing you want to look at is the area, and the area where you want your child to attend. You do want it in a nice area where you know the crime. You know how bad the crime is. First, you would want to look on the internet and to see. The first thing I have is, and I don't know if you can see very well, is from a monthly crime rate, but this is in the Midtown area, and it tells you what crimes are happening there. And this is off the Police Commission Board. This is off the Police Commission Board, and it tells you the crimes, the annual crime around a certain area. It also gives a percentage of the crime, and it gives you the previous month of the crime in that area. But that is one thing you really want to look at, is the crime area, because crime is getting out of hand, and you just really don't know these days. So you want to try to look and do a background check on that, as well as making sure the facility is safe in itself. You want to make sure that there's a front door, there's a back door, there's a side door. The place is clean for your child, because your child is going to be in there at least 8 hours, if not more. Because some facilities have a before and an after for those parents who have to be at work early in the morning, or those parents that have to be at work late in the afternoon. I'm sorry, excuse me. So you want to make sure you check in to that, because those programs are available in some places and in some areas. You also want to make sure that they're ready for fire drills. They have extinguishers. The employees are well-trained employees, that they know CPR, that they are able to give medications to children that need medications, and they know the timely. They have like a chart there that tells you what child is on what medication, what time to give that medication, when was the last time a patient, I was going to say patient, when the last time that child had the medication. But you want to make sure that everybody is well staffed, and that the children, when they get there, they have fun, but they also learn. So you want to make sure the learning at that facility is at standard when you come in there. When you first sit down and talk to them, get to know the employees, because you really want to, that's your turn it's your time to interview them to see just what they know. You also want to check and make sure, besides just safety, that they're able to recognize any kind of abuse or anything that's going on, neglect, because there's some children that now just don't get a meal a day. They just get dropped off. They're not taken care of. You might know some other programs that can get their child in. You want to know what kind of information, because there are child care facilities that have all that information for you, like for single parents who just don't know or just don't have anyone. You want to check and see what kind of services they offer. Or you could just go for the basic child care facilities that just take care of your child, but you want to know if they educate them, if they advance. Are they going to get my child ready for kindergarten when they're ready? Is this a mixed child care facility from infants to 5 or 6 year olds? You want to know, and you want to make sure, and that's a part of safety. You want to make sure that the children are all separate from each other. They're not all in there together in one group. You have the infants with the infants. You have the toddlers with the toddlers, and then you have the smaller ones that's almost getting ready for kindergarten. You want them separated. You want to make sure it's fully staffed so that everyone can take care of these children. Another thing that we worry about is cost. The cost of child care can be kind of high, but you want to look at different things. I did do a check on child care in different states, and one which was Missouri, and then Minnesota. Missouri annually was like $4,320. And then you have a 4-year-old, $5,770. And then for school age, you have for $3,000. And this is like an annual cost to keep your child in school. That's for yearly. Then you got Minnesota, who's like $13,870. And then you also have $10,000 for a 4-year-old. And then you have all these different, but in Minnesota, it is a higher rate because their salary is much higher than Missouri. But you can also check the cost, because you will need to know what the cost is, whether or not you can afford it. But they do have where they do help you, prepare you. They have programs that even help pay with the care. That's with the state. And then you want to find out those programs too, because that might help you in that. Because right now, our children are our future, and we want to make sure that they are ready when they get into school, starting off at a young age, that they are ready for kindergarten. You want to be able to go into that facility and just check it out and see how your child is progressing, because we need to be with our children, there for them. Make sure they're getting educated right and they're up to standard and they're not coming out slow. You know, you can have a teacher that's really watching your child, and they could tell you your child is doing 20% in this, and it seems like they're a little slow in this, or they have movement in this. For example, my child had a foot problem at a very baby age, monthly. As it progressed, she got into that child care facility, and they were able to tell her something is really still wrong with your child's foot. We took her back to Children's Mercy, and sure enough, I thank that teacher there, because she really watched how my child was, because she was like, she should be able to walk right now. Was having very much trouble. My child had to have a brace on her foot. That's just how much they're paying attention, and you will love that facility. So that facility was recommended to others from me. But I got most of my information off of childcareaware.org and also health and safety training. And I don't know if you can see the website, but that was what I had just announced. And I just want to thank you, because our children are our future. Amen.